Hey, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Ooh, we're in a big gear. What's going on? Good to see you, Miguel. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it. I guess I should get some other things running on this end in order for things to work properly. How are you guys doing? Hopefully you're having a good week. I'm trying to make up my mind whether or not to pick up the Victory Black trainer just so I've got the Zwift cog and virtual shifting. It's not the end all be all. I just think less wear on the drivetrain at the end of the day. I haven't made up my mind yet what we're doing here. There's obviously a big hawk or eagle flying over top there. Never noticed that shadow before. And we're gonna warm up here on good old Tempest. So today I'm streaming with Meld. They added something in that I needed to be done for it to be a thing. I just got to kind of check out. Not bad, not bad. Not bad, not bad. Camera seems all right. Colors seem all right. Yeah, I like the idea of the jet black. You see, here's the problem with Zwift in Canada. Zwift hates Canada. Zwift, if you're listening, what did Canada ever do to you? We just provide tasty maple syrup to the world, and there's guys that like to ride bikes. Now, granted, the vast majority of people here like to, as the locals say, shred the gnar. And we're a little bit mountainy and surferish in our quest for bikes. But at the end of the day, there are guys that ride, gravel who kind of like transcend between both sports and road as well. But everybody's on a trainer as well. For whatever reason, they don't have a store here, and things like the Zwift Hub just aren't readily available. And even things like Zwift's Indecider was saying today, like, hey, level 85, you get a free player of Zwift Plays. Well, I'm level 88, and I live in Canada, and I got sweet FA. So what gives? Like, I get it. Like, maybe you don't sell enough for it to be important to you guys to do it here and stuff. But if you're gonna do things like that for the rest of the world, like, I don't know, give us the equivalent in 3 months, because that's gonna cost you nothing. I don't know, but anyways, Jet Black comes with, in my long little diatribe there about Zwift, comes with the Zwift Hub built in, so I'm thinking about having it. I mean, I'm on a Wahoo kicker, the ones where the legs fold out and bigger trainer, and it's got a little bit of play, so got a little bit of movement, which I like, which the Jet Black will not. It'll be like a solid rock. Hey Darren, how's it going? So yeah, I don't know, like, we'll figure it out. I don't need a new trainer. This trainer's 4 years old, but you never know. It's always nice to have one. It's nice to have a straight chain line. It's nice to not have things like when I'm sprinting that I run out of gears, unless I really run out of gears, which can't happen virtually, I don't think, unless I have like an 1800 watt sprint, which I don't. I'm about 600 short of that. So we'll see. We'll figure it out. Nice. 104K is a good little ride. Good little ride. But yeah, I've got, like I said, as well, I was doing everything on meld, and we'll see. Maybe this will be it. Because I do like some of the stuff that it does. I have another little piece in play, and I have to check here to make sure that if you guys see the leaderboard for this, I know in my last stream I don't think there was a leaderboard, but I didn't see it on the phone. Again, everybody hates Canada. Whatever. We'll see. Hey, Gordon, how's it going? Yeah, because I have an idea with the new YouTube leaderboard. I have a new idea for something that I'm going to implement next stream, I think. And it'll be fun. It'll be fun. Assuming that the leaderboard thing actually comes to fruition. I got a note on my dashboard. It should be there. I don't know if you're chatting. You should see crowns, but I don't know. I don't know. I have all my chat, like I said before. Now I have it all running in one list. So if you're watching on YouTube, I see your comments. If you're watching on Twitch, I see your comments. If you are watching on Kick, I also see your comments. And shortly we'll be implementing the vertical streams as well. So you'll probably be able to watch me on TikTok and YouTube Shorts. So stroke the algorithm in as many ways as you possibly can. Will kind of be the way to go. But we'll see. We will see. I have signed up. Gordon. I think there was 2 in the pen when I signed up. Category below, I think there was about 7 or 8 or 9. Category above, there was a few. As Canada should join the U.S. I tell you, Miguel, you're after many Western Canadian hearts here. There's a lot of people that are on about separation and all that kind of stuff, and it's just silliness up here. Silliness. I don't know. I doubt it will ever happen. And you got to remember, I'm from the UK, so if they do something like that, I'd probably get deported. So, gonna make coffee and biscuits. Ah, nice. Thanks, George. Appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, if we ever became part of the States, I'd probably get deported back to the UK as an illegal. Yeah, who knows? Who knows? Or if Alberta ever separates and becomes their own independent country like they keep on talking about, I'd probably get deported too, because they want to decide who goes and who stays. So I don't know. Probably on my way out. Who knows? Or move the next province over and then I'll be back in Canada and I'll be all good. Either way, it'll be a wild ride. But thankfully, talking about bigger Canadian things, I am almost out of maple syrup. The brand that I like, where you get the big bottle, has been out of stock for some time now. But today we got a new bottle. So we're all set in those regards. Yeah, it does not look like. Maybe it doesn't work on my phone. I don't know. Let's see. Chat filter. Nope. I don't know. I just work here. Start her own Zwift gym. I don't know if a Zwift gym is what like people would want. Do people like? I mean, I guess it's kind of cool if you're on a team that you could all be side by side and talk or not talk or just like, I mean, let's be honest. If you're racing on a team with me and there's 5 of us sitting in a row and we're on the same team, all you're going to do is hear me breathe heavily anyways. Kind of like this stream. But I get it. If there's like a gym and then a few set up of Zwift rides and all that kind of stuff. But the problem is like, I don't know. I go to the gym enough. Like people get bent out of shape about cardio stuff. The gym I go to, it's like a half-hour limit on the treadmills because I don't think they have enough, and I don't think they can jam any more in. And people get like really kind of like little sign-up sheets on them, and they're like sitting there watching their watch because they want to do their cardio. And half an hour, like that's a nothing. It's a nothing for a Zwifter. It'd be fun though to have like a setup where you can have live events and live racing. I mean, they have an esports studio here, but they play like, I don't know, whatever esport games, Call of Duty they play. But, and for those of you who like to watch the Wahoo World Championship thing, I mean, that was a pretty cool setup. The stream wasn't necessarily the best, but like the live setup looked amazing. And I thought that was really cool. And speaking of like elite racing, like Zwift basically saying they're not going to do it anymore. Like, what's with that? That's wild. I just noticed something is missing. Let's see if I can fix this. On the fly. On the fly. I think I got to go to settings. So I have to drop you for a second, chat. There it is. It just doesn't like to load initially. There we go. The important data. How far behind I am, everybody. Just a money pit, really. If they can focus on making racing better, elite will come in time, I'm sure. Yeah, it's, I mean, I have all sorts of stupid ideas all the time, Gordon. I am, that's how my brain works. I mean, I jokingly said the other day to a friend, when we were talking about this, I'm like, yeah, I should just start running Toonie Tuesdays. And he's like, you should. And I'm like, no. And because we have local racing here, we call them Toonie Tuesdays. Toonie's like a $2 coin here for reference. If nobody knows what a toonie is, it's worth $2. You pay $2 to get in, and you know the pot goes to the winners, and that's it. It's like a $2 race. It is a, for lack of a better term, a pirate kind of thing where it's like you're organized, but you're not really organized, and nobody knows who actually organizes it because you know you're not exactly racing where you're supposed to be or have permits to do so. But a ton of fun, and guys will make some money. They'll make some money. Where'd you go? What would you want to see them add or improve? Yeah, it's, I think the format's good, really, to be honest. I think it's just hard, like, you got to have the broadcast thing. I mean, the thing is I think what's happening now, like the internet is great. You get to spread all this information. I get to stream to you guys, which would never happen in a million years before this. The fact that you guys come and watch, I'm deeply honored you spend your time watching me do stupid stuff. It's all appreciated. But I think what's happened with the advent of stream things like Netflix, which was great initially because, hey, you don't have to leave your house. If the movie sucks, you just go to the next one. You're not going to Blockbuster, paying some money, bringing a film home, watching 20 minutes and going, this is terrible. And then, getting charged extra money because you didn't rewind it and brought it back, or you forgot to bring it back and it sat on your coffee table for a week. None of these things have ever happened to me. But at the end of the day, I think that as those services have kind of expanded, and there's Disney and Hulu and Peacock and every cable company under the sun has their own private service now that costs money. Cycling, GCN was great. It was inexpensive, and then I think that what happened is the network saw that the opportunity to make money, and now it's kind of divvied up, and everybody has rights for countries and so on and so forth. And I guess they got to make their money for the coverage, but it hasn't done anything any good. That being said, I am watching Australian TV lots to watch the tour. Neutral starts would be great. Gordon is a man after my own heart. Neutralized start is a good idea. I always say that joke, let's roll out slow, blah, blah, blah. Joking, not joking. Really, probably not joking. I would much rather have a neutralized start as well. And to be honest, there might still be people that blast off the front when the neutralization stops, but I think it would definitely keep the group together longer. I think that would be good. $22, I think that's what I'm in. What am I in? 370 to 530? I don't even know. I don't know. I just click buttons. I'm the guy that if it doesn't work, you just press the buttons until something works. It is 370 to 530. Boulevard. And welcome to the stream, my dude. Appreciate it. Do not have a public live stream? What? Oh, I think we found a bug in the software. If I can't see you guys, or you can't see me, I'm going to have to switch. Let's see if... Okay, it's connected again. Must have a disconnection issue or thing. Tanking is especially with tiny races. Tiny races also this week. If you haven't seen my short, I put it in Discord. Eric did this a year ago. So I made a video. It's Seaside times 4. Video remains the same from a year ago. It's a good stage for the sprinters. In general, ZRS is okay, but not for those that just race and not play around with it in some sense. Yeah. The Zwift racing score, they're all fallible racing scores. I get it. It's trying to be a little bit more akin to the CAT system, where you win, you move up, you lose, you just kind of stay there. But yeah, I don't know if there's a perfect solution. I know that what's going to happen is come summer, there's going to be a reckoning. Now, again, Gordon's just hitting all the points here. Live matchmaking. Put everybody in a pool. Everybody in the pool. Everybody signs up. and then you break the races up kind of equally. It may mean you get smashed, and it may mean you do the smashing, but within reason, I guess. If there's one A and 10 C's and a D, you don't slap them all in one and call it a day. But yeah, it would be interesting to kind of have live matchmaking in those regards. I mean, it'd also be cool to have virtual teammates, but where you have bots that you can have them pace you. That's just the lazy sprinter in me talking, as I'm looking at my, big 48 watt average here. as we slow roll around. Yeah, it's definitely interesting. I don't know if the move from Elite, it'll be a cost-saving thing. I imagine it's expensive. I mean, Zwift has done a lot, with promoting itself with the whole thing with Alpecin de Koenig and finding the next team guy and all that kind of stuff. Who knows? That's true. Well, maybe not virtual teammates, but easier to come in game, maybe to have a chat. So I think in-game comms would be smart versus everybody having to use Discord. I kind of get why they haven't done it. I mean, anybody that plays video games will know games like Call of Duty are just toxic cesspools. I don't think that games like this would be totally, what's the word I'm looking for, immune to something like that. There would definitely be, I often joke, I joke about things, but I'm really not joking. It's I have the chat turned off. I can't see anybody, what they're typing in Zwift. I can see it on the screen through Sauce, but I never usually pay attention there because my focus is here. At the end of the day, when you're chit-chatting out there and people are starting to get a little frosty, a little bitter, it can get a little, in the heat of the moment, spicy, for lack of a better term, where you don't have it where you can get punched out at the finish line. Because you got to remember, I am Gen X, so there is consequences to your actions. So, when there isn't that possibility at the finish line and it's virtual, I mean, a lot of people will say things at the end of the day, knowing that they're on the internet and you're on the other side of the planet. And I mean, there's a whole cesspool of stuff that can potentially happen, and then you've got to deal with moderation and all that kind of stuff. It would just be good that you could identify people that you wish to talk to, your teammates, and it was all in there, so you didn't have to use a third-party app like Discord. But I mean, Discord works. We all use it. And that's kind of good. It keeps it pretty local. But sometimes I wish there was proximity chat. It would be easier for me to say hey man, you want to work together? Or we're just gonna let these guys catch up. And I'm sure people would love to say that to me, because I'm probably the guy on the receiving end of that conversation more often than not. Hey Steph, IRL it works. You score points for placements, and if you win a couple, you move up. Yeah. That is definitely true. I got 91-point tank while winning my cat. I was the only racer, and D's had the fastest time. Wow. That's wild. In real life, you get points for races. If you, Miguel, it's if you win, you get top points. You get points. You moved up. They have to be. A lot of times here, they've got to be either provincial or sanctioned events. They got to be UCI events. They take all your stuff. If you have a talking to because you do something stupid like, I don't know, advance the line before the start, or clip in before you start, or you track stand in the box, like they keep track of all that stuff. Basically, you accumulate enough points, they move you up. And it's pretty easy because like everybody starts out in the same cat, and a lot of times the lower cats it's sketchy. The bike control isn't there. With Zwift, the power sometimes is really there, but the bike handling isn't. And you know, sometimes this guy's just starting out and they're very talented and they'll move up very quick. And just, it is what it is. It's just an accumulation of points and podiums to move up to the next category, and eventually end up being Cat 1, or you end up in that elite category. Yeah, so that's kind of what we're dealing with, I guess, at the end of the day. 9 minutes, we've done 9.1K, which is absolutely terrible. But that goes towards the bike, so what can you do? Go back to this bad boy. Make sure I'm on the right wheels. I always think I'm on the wrong wheels. We got two. Look at that. It's like an empty bottle. There's nothing in there. That last little bit of goodness. What do they call it? Ever watch that YouTube channel, Hot Wings? It's the last dab. It says like, oh, there's maybe enough for one more. Maybe enough for one more. The last. They have the last dab, we have the last drop. Let's see if this actually works.
1, 2, 3.
Do it.
Listen to the rookie. It's embarrassing. Come on, Thorne. Oh. I am all that is man.
So that's good that that's working, because that was holding me back from switching fully to Meld as a streaming platform. That they did not have the ability to shut down. It would just kind of sit there once it became inactive. But now I can turn it off, and it does it automatically, so we're pretty excited about that. So, progress. 15,260 points. Gordon has no issue with having points. Man, some of you guys are just balling with the points. I'm gonna have to like change it, make some like really elite. If you have any ideas for like some really elite redeemables, like we're talking like 10,000 points or 50,000, like something absolutely ridiculous, let me know in the Discord or the chat. guy riding with Zwift steel bike could very much beat me. That's just how racing works. Isn't that always the case, that there's like some random guy that drops in and he's like on some old bike, and that's a good bet at this moment. Hey, Jail. Nice sprint the other day as well. Nice sprint on Monday. Yeah, it was, whoa. You know, I like that bike though. It's pretty awesome looking. Yeah. You know, hey, thanks, Darren. You know, maybe put an Alp on there or something like that as well. Like I know I've said 100 guys, but I mean that looks like a September thing. I mean, I don't blame people riding outside while you can. We just we've had terrible weather. Like it was, we had tornado warnings all yesterday. It's just been crazy, the weather here. It's been nuts. It's been absolutely nuts. Well, we got 5, so 5 signed up, or 5 in the. I see 2. I see 5. So I don't know. We'll see. And if you haven't checked out my short, it's a new thing I'm working on, is the shorts. I have a new short. I'm pretty proud of this one, actually. I've been out chasing PRs. And this one, we went after something that, and these are all in the context of big rides. Like I think this was about 70 kilometers in. I decided to go after a section, beat my PR in there, and we did all right. So by all means, check that out. I was pretty stoked, and there's definitely some time in there because I am riding a lot of these rides. I am riding solo, so there is the potential to be that much faster in these segments. JD versus Jail. There we go. Now we got 10. We got people popping in. The steel bikes are probably still going to beat me. JD versus Jail versus steel bikes. Like I said, I bet you the steel bike guys are ringers. You know, sometimes Mike shows up on a BMX, same with Miguel. Shouldn't take that lightly. or there is Steph on his safety bike. All right, we got 1 minute to go. I don't know. We'll see. We got a canyon. It's a good choice. I don't think I bought the disc wheels yet. Yeah, but you're built different, Steph. I mean, if it is flat, I mean, it's still work. It has still work. Yeah, I've got the DT Swiss 65.
Next question. Yeah, hi, can you ride fast? Fuck you!
Freshly waxed chain, sounds nicer. Hey, Ash. Ugh. riding like an idiot. So Tanner is my danger man.
Ale, 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 ale!
You go, Jail.
Dragons!
Ye Claw! Doom guy, shh. Nice sprint today, Doom guy. I appreciate you beat a guy called Cupcakes. He's always been a wheel sucker. Misinformation if you've been told otherwise.
Next question. Yeah, hi, can you ride fast? Fuck you!
Three more.
I've been working out so hard today that my sleeves fell off. Ah!
Dragons!
Ale, 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 ale!
Well, this is just awful. These men are literally trying to tear one another apart.
I don't know. It's there. They're always out of sync. They're GIFs and WAV files, so.
Oh, the humanity, he is slower than a disabled sausage dog.
Today it's really delayed? Good to know. He is ruthless.
Allez, 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 allez!
Next question. Yeah, hi, can you
He's
ride
gonna
fast?
outsprint me. He's gonna
Fuck you!
stick to me if I attack, though, too. And that's just gonna negate my sprint.
Allez, 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 allez!
Next question. Yeah, hi, can you ride fast? Fuck you!
Well, this is just awful. These men are literally trying to tear one another apart.
Allez, 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 allez!
Next question. Yeah, hi, can you ride fast? Fuck you!
Caught in the wrong gear. Wouldn't switch. Oh well. I guess that's another reason to get the Zwift cog. Oh well. Yeah, definitely deserving of that sausage dog.
Oh, the humanity, he is slower than a disabled sausage dog.
What the fuck is this piece of shit?
It's good to see other people on the podium. Nice. Nice. Yeah, I wouldn't, I got stuck 2 rings up. Not gonna get enough torque. Oh, I was fine with that, Darren. I'm fine with the lead out.
Oh, the
But if I don't have a
humanity
big
he is
enough
slower than
ring,
a disabled sausage dog.
I can't go down fast enough. Yep, exactly. Oh, I leave it late. That's always my thing. And then it's time to go. Oh well. What can you do? What can you do? It wouldn't be racing if things didn't go wrong. Yeah. Not like those 30 days later. Yeah, like I don't know if I'm gonna like the non-tactile paddle shifters. I do like the idea of there you go. There you go, Miguel. Yeah, it just house always wins. What are you saying, Gordon? The casino's rigged? Like I said, I'm alluding that there is something I'm going to do next week, I think. Now, I didn't see it. For those of you guys in the chat, YouTube is supposed to have added those little helmets beside your name to say whether or not you're in first, third, or fourth. It's kind of a ranking system that they have going, that they're experimenting with. It told me in studio today that about it. I'd seen it on other people's streams. I have not seen it on my own, but like I said, I filter my chat. Ooh, nobody bet on me not getting on the podium. Oh, and that worked today. Oh, wow. Sorry, everybody. I just took your money. And the thing is like, it's not even a bad enough result to negatively affect my racing score. But what I was getting to was, can you guys see the crowns in there at all? I'm trying to see if I can view it on my phone. I don't think it was on my phone. I didn't see any leaderboard there. But we're going to check on a browser now. Yeah, the house cleaned up. No crowns. Huh. I need that to be a thing. I don't know if that's because I've got the bots running. That might be a thing. Yeah, it happens. The problem is, and I've said this before, is that like the gravel bike, because I've got the two bikes. I've got the SL8, well, my two road bikes. I have more than two bikes. The SL8 never touches the trainer. It's strictly my road race bike. The gravel bike is obviously for gravel racing, the Aspiro, but it's also my trainer bike because I flip it, and I've got two wheel sets for it. Because I keep on flipping it, I have it geared to the wheel sets, indexed to that. So when it goes on the trainer, it's a little bit off. In the winter, I will index it to the trainer so it's perfect, and then I'm fine. And then in the summer, because it comes on and off and on and off and on and off, I don't index it. So the Zwift cog is what I was thinking, but then Wahoo, with this version of trainer, they won't update it to do it, which is kind of bullshit. At the end of the day, they say there's not enough memory on it, but there's a lot more older trainers. In fact, the core, they've updated to do it, which is the lower model than this. So I don't know what the deal is there. I just think it's kind of bullshit. But
Oh, the
like
humanity
I said,
he
there's
is
a Victory
slower than
Black
disabled
trainer
sausage dog.
on sale with the COG, because you can't buy the COG otherwise in Canada, because Canada is, I don't know, hated by the world for being such, I don't know, terrible people in this planet. For all our bad things, for all our bad points. Yeah, exactly. And the new one, the version 1 and 2, what I like about the 2 is there is that indexing. You can adjust it on the COG so there is no rub. I asked the question, nobody got back to me. I asked in another Discord because people were saying, somebody said they wore out the COG because they've got a good deal on the COG. I think because of Alpecin de Kernick, it's like $10. I'm like, of course, not available in Canada. We don't have a Zwift store. We covered that already. But at the end of the day, somebody was like, well, just buy one just in case your other one breaks or wears out. And somebody said that they wore out a COG 10,000 kilometers, which to me, there's all sorts of alarm bells going off in my head. Number one, like a rear chain ring, like 10K. 10K is like, if you use traditional chain lube and you ride outside and you never clean your chain and you treat your bike badly, like I can see you wearing it out in 10K, no problem. But indoors where it's clean, there's no dirt, there's no abrasives, you're not riding on gravel, you perfectly lubricated. I assume that you actually lubricate your chain still and all these kind of things. I would think that, 10,000 kilometers on a chain ring is like, especially if you're replacing your chain when it's supposed to be, if you're just running your chain forever and never checking it and you have a worn out chain, then maybe you broke it down. That's maybe a different thing. But still, 10,000 kilometers, like that's nothing. That is absolutely nothing. I get on an average chain, but because I'm a chain, one of those chain wax guys, I will get between 15 and 20,000 kilometers of chain. I will get between 45 and 60,000 kilometers a drive chain. So there you go. And the other part is like I said, long story short, back to this Discord, I didn't get an answer like why it wore out so fast. But in doing my research, you can just put a COG in there. You can take it off a cassette. You could run a smaller one. Granted that some of the teeth, like if you take, like I have an 11 speed and I take one of the cogs off there and throw it in, it'll work. It'll work. So it's great. And I mean, if you have a 11 speed cassette, I'm pretty sure you could almost run, short of some of the bigger rings, you can probably run quite a few old cassettes where you don't have, like, I don't know about you guys, but I'll wear out certain gears because I'll sit in them for a long time, especially out on the road and gravel. The rest of the chain ring's pretty much fine because I rarely use them. So who knows? Well, lots of stuff. Darren Jim, betting on JD has its risks, bro. It does, it does. I see a plastic bag, it's all out the window. It's all out the window. I'm sorry, Darren. I don't know. Like I said, bad gearing, not paying attention. It's all good. It's all good. I was kind of hoping JL was going to finish first. And he finished just ahead of me. So good racing, JL. That was well done. And as you can see, I clearly was the laziest guy in that entire race. The entire race. Sitting at 2.8. Like, terrible. I'm a terrible human being some days. What model do I have? I have the V4. Anyone see the teaser videos of the Wahoo's new trainer? Are they coming out with a new trainer again? You see, I have Wahoo. I have a Wahoo computer. I'm on a Wahoo trainer. I don't even know. Like, Wahoo sells the Zwift stuff for North America. It's ridiculous shipping to Canada. Again, bitching about that. We have problems in Canada now because this whole little trade tiff that's going on. I don't even know if it's worth me getting anything from Wahoo because it'll get probably taxed at the border, whereas Victory, which is already here anyways, will not be. And Wahoo's prices are going to get deeply affected by that as well, so who knows. But I wonder what the new one does, like, to be honest. I don't know, short of like good movement, Wi-Fi connectability. That's another thing that Jet Black has that this doesn't have. It has Wi-Fi, which you can deliver more packets so that when you sit at the back of a pack and you fall asleep, that you can actually relax. The reaction's a lot quicker. You get a lot more information going. The power you're putting in comes out on the trainer that much faster. Not that that would have helped me this race, but you guys aren't hated by the world, just some orange Cheeto. It's just the 14-2 socket, probably just buy a replacement, although Wahoo I think needs different size or something odd. There is 2 sizes. Oh, really? I mean, well, the Wahoo, the back here, you just change the what do you call it? Oh, God. You got your cassette, your hub, your free hub. You got, you just change that to whatever system you have. I don't know what standard they're using. I assume that they're just using like a Shimano standard that would make sense. But then again, what tech company makes sense half the time? Join the Discord. I have a Zwift cog, immediately changed the sprocket from Amazon. Just used normal old Shimano sprocket before. They had Hyperglide ones. Oh, nice. I have the Kicker 4 also, so I got the Zwift hub so I could use virtual shift and share the other trainer. Yeah, there we go. I mean, that's the thought too, that I have 2 here. But I mean, really, I don't think the wife is interested in jumping on the trainer like me. She'd just rather go mountain biking. That's kind of it. Go downhill. Just use a normal old Shimano socket. Yeah, exactly. Nice race in jail. You did well. You're off the front a couple times there. You took a nice little breakaway as well. You had like 4 or 5 seconds there, which was good. Bad gearing, bad timing of the spring, not using your power up. Did my power up not go off? I thought I set that off. Yeah. You're just not doing well today on so many things. Not sure I even noticed the sprint was starting. Pretty much no. No, I knew it was. I was just sitting back. It was, like I said, we're just being lazy. I always dream but seldom make it. It's tough. Breakaways are tough. Tough. I mean, like I said, the power numbers there are, you know, there's strong people in that race. Like they are, you know, sitting at 4 watts a kilo, 3.2. You know, everybody's sitting like 260s, 250s, 267. Like that's a lot of power in there. It's a lot of power. I mean, like I said, I mean, I should not have finished that far back. I mean, 3 seconds out, so that's a long way in a sprint like that. But, I mean, it was totally within reach. I don't even think I was breathing that heavy at the end compared to normal. Normally, I'm dying. Definitely wasn't doing it that time. But, again, this is a fun route, fun race. I can't win every week, guys, and people won't come back. Come on now. Got to be reasonable. Got to make it fair, right? Especially if there's no climbing. If there's climbing, then it's basically I will just die normally. I will absolutely die normally. But I'm really cool that the stuff works. I mean, truth of the matter, it was good to see Doom Guy here as well.
JD, you're a Marine. What the hell was that? Get your sorry ass back into boot camp. Stat.
Although Doom Guy not impressed with my results. You have seen me win a climbing race. Like I said, Ash, don't let that one race make you think that I could actually climb. That is an anomaly. That is a race that will never happen like that again. Not for a very long, long time. Not unless something. I weigh like 85 kilos. I am not. I'm just too big to climb like that. It's not my thing. My thing is exactly like other than the finish today. This is the kind of racing where I will do well. It's short, punchy power. I think what we might do is maybe next week, assuming that it's not like beautiful outside and that I have to ride outside, which it hasn't been the case. It's been like I said, we were like tornado warning the whole time. Is maybe what we'll do is maybe I'll set up a poll and you will dictate how I play the race. And maybe we'll put in the poll things like, and some of these things I might not even be able to accomplish and may fail and die trying, like establish a breakaway solo, attack every X second lap or something like that, whether it makes sense or not. I don't know if the course is going to be similar or different next week, but like every second lap attack, both climbs push out in front, and then maintain power until kind of pull back, or all those kind of things, or just wheel suck for the entire race, or whatever. Maybe we'll do a poll like that. I'm sure you guys will be extremely kind, and. In the saddle, out the saddle. Maybe that's what we'll do. Like I said, I always I'm here to have fun. I'm here to get a workout. If I'm gonna have a serious race day, I will have a serious race day. And we'll be locked in and we'll do whatever. But a lot of times I'm having fun. I'm just getting my workout in. I'm just trying to push a little bit, I'm not going crazy. It's not my big day. It's just kind of that go-between. But that being said, maybe we will make some redeemables, some more expensive redeemables. Maybe like do your 5-minute power, or 1-minute burst, or 30-second burst, or all that kind of stuff. I mean, I'll have to figure out a way to maybe. I'll have to have maybe some cool downs for those, because, if it's like sprint all out for 30 seconds, eventually it's going to burn me out anyways. But maybe that's the whole point too. I don't know. It's as much your guys' stream as it is mine. I just enjoy, kind of the chit chat and the banter and all that kind of stuff. Race in my ZRS bracket, that could be a thing. I could race up. The thing is like, this is the thing. Like I said, with me, I am not the strongest guy. Out of all these 8 people here, I guarantee you every single one of them is stronger than I am. So a lot of times I feel like I'm racing people that are much faster than me anyways. Like I can find a groove and get in there and survive. and put me in a place where my strength will come out, which is like do something for 10 seconds, or at least that's what my wife tells me. But it's, you know, at the end of the day, I mean, I could race up. It would just probably push me. Like, you see it a lot when I race ZRL. You'll see it because I find ZRL, the caliber of guys that race that are at the top in that category are guys that are really, really good and know what they're doing, and they know how to race, and they can push and push and push and push. Eventually I snap, is what happens in the ZRL lots. Like, I mean, I had an abysmal season last year. Like, Miguel will tell you, like, our team did abysmally bad during the regular season. We would get destroyed. You know, I would get spat out. I would finish like, oh God, like in the 40s. Like, I was sprinting for 40s and still getting mad at myself. But at the end of the day, you know, we were building our points. And then it all clicked at the end for whatever reason. It's weird how that kind of stuff just happens. But yeah, I mean, I'm open to anything. I'm open to anything. Like I said, working on something. We'll try implementing it next week. Hopefully the YouTube stream ranking thing makes an appearance in my stream at some point. Maybe there's a setting I didn't click, or maybe I turned it off by accident. Who knows? But what I want to implement has that. Every below A, the top teams have enough sandbaggers. Yeah, no, and that's fine. That's fine. Like, I mean, you know, the truth of the matter is like, when you show up, it doesn't matter what race it is. You're racing against the people that are there. It's whoever shows up races, and there will be guys that are better than you. There are guys who are going to be worse. You're going to find your group, and you're going to race your best, and you're going to push yourself to whatever that is. So, hey, Alex. Yeah, you just kind of caught the tail end of a disastrous sprint for me, but it's all good. It's all good. I disappointed everybody because I took all their points. Darren's especially mad at me. I imagine I could make Darren happy by enabling, I think there's a poker bot that can go into the stream and do all those kind of things as well. But yeah, no, that's kind of it. Tiny races, our seaside sprint this weekend. If it's raining, we might do that. And we'll check out the replay with the delay. It's possible that it's a meld thing, although it all comes, the way Streamlabs work is it all kind of gets dumped in. The audio is always a bit off anyways, because the way it's set up is it's a GIF with a audio file. It's not an actual video per se, so they never align properly anyways. Oh yeah, I stayed with the group. I was in great position until I couldn't get into the right gear. And then I just kind of let them go. Yeah. And then Darren flipped the table and asked for his money back, and it was my bad. But as Miguel stated, there's always a risk when you bet on JD, because who knows what JD is going to do. But it's all in good fun, guys. I appreciate you all hanging around, throwing the gifts out in there, testing the software as well. Seems to be working pretty good. Like I said, I will check on the Streamlabs thing and see if I can determine what's going. Hey, thanks DP Zwift. Thanks for the follow there over on Twitch. Appreciate that. That is awesome. For those of you who are watching on Twitch, thank you so much. Those of you who are on Kick as well, appreciate you coming in, checking things out, although pretty quiet on the chat thing there. JD colluded. It's like JD betting on JD and Zwift is like U.S. college sports betting. Somebody gets a new car out of it, probably. I don't know. That's why I'm surprised you can bet on college sports. Or can you in the States? You can bet on anything in Vegas. I don't know how they allow that stuff. I don't know. Just seems like bad stuff. I mean, I guess you could bet on the tour as well, but I bet you anything, you don't get much money for betting on Pogačar. I wonder what the Vegas odds for that is. I should look into that stuff. Anyways, I've been yammering on. Appreciate you guys. We're going to call it a day. I might see you on Saturday. I might not. If not, I will see you on Monday for Z Racing as is tradition. Appreciate it, guys. If you haven't done so already, smash that like button. We got some new things coming up once I got them sorted out, which I should pretty quick. And until next time, see ya.